People pleasers don't struggle to stop because they're weak. They struggle to stop because their nervous system believes stopping is dangerous, not uncomfortable, not awkward, dangerous. And that belief didn't come from nowhere. It came from a time when being liked, being agreeable, being easy wasn't about connection. It was about survival. At some point early in life, you learned something quietly but powerfully. That love was conditional. That harmony mattered more than honesty. That your needs complicated things. That your emotions had weight and not always a safe place to land. So you adapted. You learned to read faces before words were spoken. You learned to sense mood shifts instantly. You learned how to soften yourself so others could stay comfortable. And slowly, almost invisibly, you learned that keeping the peace kept you connected. People-pleasing is not a personality flaw. It is an intelligent survival strategy. And this isn't just theory. This is something I see every day in my work. I'm Sandra Rives, a transformational authenticity coach and counselor, and I work with people who look confident, capable, and strong on the outside, but internally are exhausted from carrying everyone else's emotional weight. People who are deeply self-aware, yet still feel stuck repeating the same patterns. And the question they all ask in different ways is the same. If I know better, why can't I stop? The answer is simple, but not easy. Because insight alone doesn't rewire a nervous system. Your body remembers what once kept you safe. That's why just stop people-pleasing feels impossible. Because when you try to stop, your body doesn't feel empowered. It feels threatened. Your heart speeds up. Your chest tightens. Your thoughts spiral. What if they leave? What if they're upset? What if I'm actually selfish? What if I lose my place? This isn't overthinking. This is a conditioned fear response. Your nervous system isn't asking, is this healthy? It's asking, will I still belong? And for many people, belonging once came at a cost. Most advice focuses on boundaries, assertiveness, confidence, but that advice skips the most important layer. Because people pleasers aren't afraid of conflict. They're afraid of what conflict once cost them. Silence, withdrawal, emotional distance, and love that disappeared. And here's the deeper truth most videos never talk about. People pleasers don't just fear conflict. They fear identity collapse. Because when you stop pleasing, who are you? For many people pleasers, being kind, helpful, understanding, accommodating isn't something they do. It's who they are. It's how they earned love. It's how they stayed safe. It's how they mattered. So stopping doesn't feel like growth. it feels like betrayal. And this is where the work I do becomes essential. Because healing isn't about forcing confidence or performing boundaries. It's about rebuilding safety from the inside out. In my work, I help people understand their attachment patterns, their nervous system responses, and the early conditioning that taught them that being themselves was risky. Not so they can blame the past, but so they can stop unconsciously living from it. There's another layer most people never hear. People pleasers are often loyal, not to people, but to patterns. If love once came with tension, if safety meant staying alert, if connection required self-abandonment, then calm, reciprocal relationships can feel unfamiliar, even boring. Your nervous system isn't broken, it's trained, and it will always pull you toward what feels familiar, not what feels healthy. That's why people pleasers often find themselves in the same dynamics with different faces, and why stopping feels destabilizing. Because when you stop people pleasing, you're not just changing behavior, you're challenging everything your body believes about love, safety, and belonging. This is why people pleasers go back. You set a boundary, you finally say no, you choose yourself briefly, and then the guilt arrives, the anxiety swells, the urge to fix, smooth, apologize, explain takes over. Not because you're weak, but because your nervous system hasn't yet learned that you can survive without performing. Stopping people pleasing isn't a mindset shift. It's a safety retraining. It's learning, slowly and compassionately, that you can say no and remain connected. That you can disappoint someone and still be worthy. That you can be authentic without being abandoned. This is the work I guide people through. Not quick fixes, not surface confidence, but deep embodied change that allows you to rebuild relationships where you don't disappear to stay connected. If this is resonating, there is nothing wrong with you. You don't need fixing. You need safety. Safety to be honest. Safety to have needs. Safety to exist without earning your place. And the moment the question shifts from, how do I make this easier for everyone else, to, can I stay with myself here? Everything begins to change. Because authenticity doesn't destroy relationships. It reveals which ones were never safe to begin with. And if you're ready to stop surviving and start relating differently, that's the work I support people with. Gently, deeply, at the pace your nervous system can handle. Remember, authenticity is always welcome here.